So I have a very special video for you guys today, as you can tell by the title of this video, and as you can see by this thing on my face. Sometimes this happens to all of us, and I have figured out a way to cover this without it being still red or visible, or I don't even know. Let's just move on so we can cover this bad boy and not have to look at it anymore, because I'm doing really a service to the world, to my family and my friends and the people that I see at work by covering this up, and to myself, because really it's just awful and it hurts and I don't like it, and we're just gonna go ahead and start. So what I always do, and what I've been telling you guys, and what I think pretty much all of us do, is we start with moisturizer and with primer. I will say before I go into putting this product on though, I did already wash my face, and how I wash my face when I have blemishes like this is I use Himalayan pink sea salt, which is just sea salt basically, and then soap. You can use a face wash or whatever it is you want to do. It's basically going to be an exfoliator, but the sea salt will dry out your skin, so it sort of like takes away whatever this thing is feeding on. That's a really bad description, but you know what I'm saying. So that's how I tend to wash my face when I'm getting a really bad breakout like this. It just kind of dries it out. So after you do that, you want to wait until whatever is oozing out of it stops oozing out of it. Oh man, really descriptive there. I'm sorry. You just want to wait till it dries so that you can place a product on top of it. If it's not dry and you try to place a product on top of it, that's going to be when you have a serious issue. So you want to give yourself a little bit more time to get ready than normal. I'm going to go on ahead and get ready for the rest of the day. I don't even have to be at work until 4. It's like 11, but like I said, I need to get rid of this visually. So I'm going to go in with my primer and my moisturizer and just slap this on my face. And I'm going to be kind of gentle, especially in that area. I don't want to reawaken the beast. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. The next step is going to be concealer. I'm going to use 2 different types of concealer to conceal this thing on my face. The first one I'm going to use is a green concealer, and that's because green is going to cancel out the red. So I'm just going to go in. This is just like a Maybelline Cover Stick Corrector Concealer. It's kind of smushed down. I don't know what happened to it, but whatever, it still works. And I'm going to dab this on and around that red mark. Very gently, because that hurts. And as you can tell, that works pretty well right away. I'm going to leave that as it is for right now. I'm just kind of... This is a little concealer brush. Any type of concealer brush, anything that's going to be flat like this and rounded is going to be your best friend for doing these next few steps. I'm going to take this and a concealer. My favorite concealer is this It Cosmetics 5i Under Eye Concealer. This is just hands down my absolute favorite concealer. So I'm going to go in with some of this on this little brush here and cover up that green mark. Just like that. And then I'm just going to kind of... My mirror is right there, guys. Sorry, that's why I'm looking that way. But I'm just going to kind of dab that all around. The thing about this part of this is that you don't want to dab it too much right on it, because you can remove all that product and just bring that redness right back out. So you want to be really careful when you're doing this. And then kind of spread that around. You also don't want to take where you place that blemish, where this has touched that, and bring it anywhere else, because you don't want that to spread. Whatever infection is in there, you don't want to bring it up here. So just be careful with that. I'm going to go ahead and set this brush down. We're going to need this brush and this concealer again. I know we will, because I've done this before. So now we're going to go in with some foundation, and I am going to use full coverage foundation because it's a full coverage kind of day. So this is the Cover FX foundation here. I'm just going to go ahead and put my foundation, put a pretty decent amount on there, on this little beauty blender here, and get started. I'm going to wait and do that area last after I have the rest of this buffed out, for the same reason that I stated before. I don't want to transfer any of that infection anywhere else on my face. So now that we've skipped forward to where we have our foundation blended everywhere else but here, we're going to take our beauty blender and just very gently spread that around. And you can see that took that off. There's really nothing I can do about that. That's just kind of how it goes. But the green concealer took away that redness there, and that other concealer kind of created a little bit of a build-up to where we're going to be able to conceal that again. I promise we're going to be able to conceal it. But you have to kind of have that that build-up around it to where it's like, okay, and you're like closing in on it like you're going to be hidden. I don't care what you say. This thing on my face. Oh, I've done this before, guys, I promise. So, now that that's as blended as it's going to get, we're going to go back in. Leave that bad boy alone. We're going to go back in with some concealer. This is kind of the tricky part, in my opinion. This and then the next step of making sure that you cover this bad boy. So be patient with yourself and with the process. But it does work. So you're going to take this concealer here.
No.
And cover it like before.
So that might be car.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. So what I did before my boyfriend sneaks came in, we just had kind of blotted more concealer on top of this, and you can tell that it's kind of still wet. It's not. It's just alive, I guess. I don't know. So what we have to do after this, is continue to blend that, and I'm going to take a little bit more foundation on here because that concealer is way too light for me right now, and the foundation's too dark for me, so we're just kind of making this work. So I'm going to take a little bit of foundation on this brush here to even out that tone, just a tiny, tiny dot. I don't even know if y'all can see how small that little dot is, and I'm just going to use this to continue to blend this out. You want to make sure that you get that edge blended. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender again. Again, guys, it's quite a process, so you just want to kind of be gentle and take your time. Once that's pretty well blended, the next step and the biggest, most important step, in my opinion, is taking a pressed powder. It has to be a pressed powder. It can't be a loose powder. A loose powder is going to strip it of all that product that you just meticulously placed on top of that evil thing living on your face. So you want to go in with a pressed powder. I'm going to go in with one that is similar to my skin tone, which is going to be this one right here, which I'm almost out of. And I'm going to take, I don't want to take a brush that's too fluffy right now to do the rest of, like I normally would to do the rest of my face. I want to take one that's smaller. And again, I'm going to set it to the side so that I don't use it again because I don't want to transfer anything. So I'm going to take this brush, get a good amount of pressed powder on it. I'm not really worried about shaking off all the excess because I want this to stick. So I'm going to tap that on top. Very, very gently. And going all around that evil thing. Now sometimes that will remove the product that you put there anyways, even though it is a pressed powder, and that's okay. I'm going to go back over this with that concealer just to be sure that this whole thing is completely covered. Now I can still see it. You're not going to not see it, but you want to make it as pleasantly visible as possible. So just for good measure, I'm going to go over it again, very, very gently. And then I'm going to go over it again with this pressed powder. And that's covered. I'm going to set this aside so I don't use it. Go ahead and go in with my big brush and do the rest of my face, kind of like I would normally. And then I have a few more little tips and tricks for you after I get done with powdering my face. Now that we have contour and blush and powder and all that done, I wanted to say my other tip or trick or whatever it is that is going to help camouflage this thing. In my opinion, if you have a full face of makeup on top of something like this, it's going to make it less noticeable. So you want to do a bold eye or bold lip depending on where it's located on your face. Since it's located down here on my chin, I don't really want to bring any more attention to that area, so I'm going to leave my lip there, but I am going to do a nice, I don't want to say vivid, but eye-pulling look on my eyes. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple because I don't want people to want to look at me. You know what I mean? I don't want people to stare because they're like, ooh, she's got a nice makeup look, and they're like, oh, that's gross. But I do want people to be like, oh, that's nice, and only really look in this general area, if that makes any sense. So, let's go on ahead and start with whatever it is that I'm about to do because I really don't have anything too particular in mind. I want it to be eye-catching, but nothing too crazy. Now I'm going to go on ahead and spray my face down, and this is pretty much it, you guys. If you wanted to go in with like any, doesn't matter what type of shade it is that you wanted to use, whether you wanted to use a green or a blue or purple or yellow or whatever it is, just pick a color scheme, and then if you wanted to do a nude lip, you could, because it's still not going to draw attention to that area so much. And I would also, after this, go in with some falsies because I feel like that would be really helpful in bringing the attention away from this area. And again, if the pimple's like, you know, up here or something on the upper half of your face, you could do a really bold lip and a really chiseled jawline and that type of thing, and it would bring it more, and it would bring the attention more to this area rather than this area. It just depends. If it's on your nose, which I've been there, it's one of those things where you might want to just go all over glam. I'm really kidding. This is just, and I really do hope that you guys understand that part of what I'm saying is, you know, kind of sarcastic and jokingly. It's not that big of a deal. Everybody gets pimples. This happens literally to everybody. This is just something that I personally do to get the attention away from the area that it's on, because it makes me self-conscious and uncomfortable, and I don't want people staring at weird red marks on my face. So that's just me, guys. I do hope that this was helpful to you, especially the main part that I wanted to focus on was the covering of the pimple. The other part was just kind of, in my opinion, what's going to help draw the attention away from that area, because you can cover it, but you're still going to be able to see it no matter what you do. It's just one of those things. It's still there. It's still a bump. You can conceal it as much as you want to, but you cannot Photoshop it off of your face. As much as people want to think that that is a thing in real life, it's not. And I believe personally that, you know, a little bit of humility is a good thing. Okay, so it's okay if you get a pimple every once in a while. Bring your ass down a little bit. Let's stay humble a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed my rant. Thanks for watching. We'll talk more in my next video. Bye, you guys. I have a pair of false lashes. Oh my gosh, I'm about to put these on. Whoa, those are long. Come on now. Come on now, little shears. What are you doing? I love this case. This is like a serious case. Like, I want to put something in this just because it's so cute. I want to like keep it and like cover it and be like, here's a gift for you. You know, but not lashes, just like a gift in general, because it's so cute. I think I'm going to do that art project. Also, I'm thinking a wing. Yes. I was going to do a really subtle wing, and then this happened, and it's not even at all. Like, oh, wings are like such a pain. I don't know what happened. It just kept getting bigger. It just kept getting bigger. Oh, I just realized I have this NYX Vivid Fire eyeliner. I would like to use this. Why not? Ooh, Vivid Brights. I'm excited. It's red. Why not? Let's just make this super extra because we're already there. Did you guys know that I'm OCD? This video was supposed to end like 20 minutes ago and I'm still going. Please don't let me down. I should have left it alone. Pretty. I like it. Nobody's going to be looking at my pimple now. Maybe I should make a video called How to Be Extra. Now I can go to the store without scaring anybody. Woo! Well, without completely scaring anybody.